Tonight, taking to the air to solve a 50-year-old mystery.
We are flying to Hertfordshire as pressure mounts to find the remains of his murdered grandmother. He's been told by her kidnapper she's buried beneath a farm.
Muriel McKay's family believe they know where her body is, but their search remains frustrated. Also on the programme, a murder investigation after a woman is stabbed to death on a busy high street. Ahead of a warm weekend, the M25 closure that will have thousands of families changing their plans. And what the palace had to say when 9-year-old Tony was a no-show for the king. Good evening. The grandson of a woman kidnapped and killed more than 50 years ago returned to the spot today where he believes her body is buried. Our reporter flew with Mark Dyer to a farm in Hertfordshire to witness his ongoing mission to find out what happened to Muriel McKay. She was taken from her home in Wimbledon in 1969 in a case of mistaken identity. Her family believe her body is on that farm, and they've even had help from one of her kidnappers who's now in the Caribbean. And yet they still can't get the land searched or lay Muriel to rest. Helen Keenan reports.
It's a journey that is emotionally painful but necessary.
I hoped I wouldn't have to go back again.
The destination, he says, is where his murdered grandmother's remains are hidden. Today we joined Mark flying from Battersea to the farm in Hertfordshire where he believes Muriel McKay's body is buried.
I'm coming back here every few weeks until they let me pick up my grandmother, which is becoming a bit of a punchline, isn't it now? You know, can I please pick my grandmother up? Which is an absurd thing, isn't it, really? I mean, I'm told my grandmother's buried behind the barn by Nizam, who left her there 54 years ago.
In a case of mistaken identity, Muriel McKay was held to ransom after being taken outside her home in Wimbledon in 1969. Her body has never been found. Nizam Hosein was among those convicted of her kidnap and murder. In January, the family travelled to his home in Trinidad and he told them exactly where he buried her at a remote farm in Hertfordshire.
On the edge of the manual, about 2 to 3 feet from the perimeter.
The Met also separately interviewed him. And while a small section of the field has been searched by police, the family insists they dug in the wrong place.
She's either under that concrete there or here, but she's between the edge of
You
that
think it's
barn
round here, though?
Yeah.
It's been over 3 months since Trinidad. The family say there has been no action since. Today, they showed us where they should be searching.
As I think I've coined it, the most evil place on earth for our family. And it's a place of great sadness because it's where my grandmother, my mum, was taken and held prisoner. And we now know that the kidnappers took her outside the kitchen, took her over here and hid her behind this barn.
So the police haven't told you why there is a delay?
No, they've just said they're waiting for information from their commander, and that's only because we've pushed them. Remember, we've been waiting. We're now, not repeating myself, 9th of May, the meeting when we got back from Trinidad with what we all thought was the end. We all thought it was the end of this.
The Met have told us detectives are still assessing all the information gathered from their trip to Trinidad and will update the family on next steps as soon as they can. The owner of the farm has previously said he will allow another search if the police ask him.
What do you need from the police now?
I need the police to be honest and stop causing unnecessary anxiety and making the story even worse than it already is.
Helen Keenan, ITV News.
Next tonight.